Welcome to Bishop Legal News, where we review appellate and Supreme Court decisions that may affect the outcome of your own case. In the January 2012 case of Townsend versus Quadrant Corporation, the Washington Supreme Court decided whether a home developer could force lawsuits by its customers to be moved from the courts into arbitration. In this case, several homeowners joined in a lawsuit claiming that Quadrant knowingly engaged in shoddy workmanship in building their homes, resulting in injury to them and their children from mold, pests, and poisonous gases. Quadrant moved to stop the lawsuit and to compel arbitration instead, pursuant to a clause in the purchase and sale agreement. The trial court denied the motion, ruling that there were factual questions about whether the purchase agreements were fairly negotiated and enforceable. The Washington Court of Appeals ruled that it was not for the trial court to decide whether the purchase agreements were enforceable, but that was instead a question for the arbitrators to decide. Therefore, the Court of Appeals reversed the trial court's decision. The Washington Supreme Court agreed with the Court of Appeals on this point, and therefore ruled that the trial court should have granted the motion to send the case to arbitration, but with one very significant exception. A majority of the justices joined a separate opinion by Justice Stevens, which holds that the children's personal injury claims were not included in the duty to arbitrate. Justice Stevens reasoned that the children did not sign the purchase agreements and therefore could not otherwise be bound by the arbitration agreements the way adults might be. This case is important, first because it reaffirms that generally speaking, all issues pertaining to the duty to arbitrate go to the arbitrators to decide. This prevents parties from using technical objections as a way to avoid their agreements to arbitrate. Second, this case is important because it makes clear that the courts will be watchful to protect the rights of children in personal injury cases. Legal news happens fast and can quickly affect the outcome of pending cases. Each case is unique, so this case does not necessarily indicate the outcome of your own case. Feel free to check back here for future editions of Legal News. I'm Melissa Clune for Bishop Legal.